Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews, and welcome to my next installment with my caliber talk. So this time we're talking about the 22 Magnum. So the 22 Magnum, or the WMR, or Winchester Magnum Rimfire as it's known, was introduced in 1959 by Winchester. So it's been around for quite some time. So the pros on this, look, this caliber is quite a powerful caliber compared to a standard 22 LR. You've really got 2 to 3 times more the energy at the muzzle over the standard 22 LR. So yeah, there is quite an improvement. There's also very little recoil with them. To be quite honest, shooting this and shooting a 22 LR, you really don't notice the difference. It's still that light, it's hardly noticeable. It's also very fun to shoot, and especially where you need greater distance over the 22 LR. The 22 Magnum really, extends that range beyond the 100 yards, where the 22 LR, for shooting any sort of small game, really, I find 75 yards is about, the limit. Out to 100, yeah, but honestly, when you start getting out to 100 or 125 yards and you're shooting rabbits and so forth, I much prefer the 22 Magnum. It's definitely got that better reach and better energy at those greater distances. There's also a wide variety of firearms the 22 Magnum can come in, from bolt action rifles, lever action rifles, to obviously semi-automatic rifles. On the handgun side of things, you can get them in revolvers and also semi-automatic handguns. So, it's just quite a popular caliber. Now, talking about the actual popularity of it, I think that's probably down to the fact that you can get it in such a variety of factory ammunition, like from 30 grain right through to 50 grain. And that's one of the things I find a big positive, with the 22 Magnum. So if you want something like this, which is the 30 grain Hornady VMAX, this is a very rapid expanding projectile. So when it hits, it creates that decent temporary wound cavity and just pretty much incapacitates small game. If you haven't seen it, have a look at shooting this actual round at a rabbit. I captioned that in slow-mo, which really shows you exactly what I'm talking about. It's just devastating on small game. But then you can go right up to like 50 grain, which the federal hollow points are, and that's something for deep penetration on game. And you can take wild dogs and small to medium game within that sensible distance, no problem at all with this caliber, using the correct ammunition and naturally shot placement. So on the side of the cons, guys, I really think the only real one that stands out to me is the price of it. Depending on what actual round you go for in the 22 Magnum, you can pay 2 to 3 times the price over a 22 LR. So if your main, object for getting a 22 Magnum was just to plink with and have some fun, honestly, you'd probably be better off with a 22 because, like I say, these can be pretty expensive. But if it's a hunting thing that you want, or you just want to be able to shoot at greater distances than what you can with the 22 LR, they're definitely worth a look. Now, there's no real match ammunition as such. Like with the 22 LR, you've got Lapua and different companies like that make really expensive match specific ammunition. 22 Magnum doesn't have that. There are like some full metal jacket rounds available that they say for plinking and some target use, but it's not a specific high-end target production ammunition. So that's one thing that I find is a negative with the 22 Magnum. But overall, guys, I think it's a great caliber. I really do. I like the 22 Magnum. I've used it fairly extensively, especially when going out and taking rabbits. Like, if you've got rabbits that are over that sort of around about, the 100, 125 yards, like, shooting it with a 22 LR becomes a bit tricky, because obviously it doesn't fire very flat out of a 22 LR at that distance, where the 22 Magnum, using something like this 30 grain VMAX, is still shooting very flat at those distances and just provides so much more energy over a 22 LR. So, I think in the right setting, there's definitely a need for these. Anyhow, guys, hope you enjoyed the quick chat and rundown on the 22 Magnum? If you do, please give it the thumbs up.